Hey guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and today we are going to be doing another Get Ready With Me video, and we're going to be featuring some new products that I have. The first one is this Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. This is such a pretty palette, you guys. The colors just stuck out to me, and I feel like you could do so many fun looks with this. So I actually really want to dig and do a green and brown look tonight, so that's what we're going to be doing with the eyeshadow. And then for foundation, we're going to be testing out, this is a sample card I got from one of my Sephora orders. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation Flawless Lasting Coverage with a SPF of 15. And it gave me a bunch of different shade ranges from light to dark. Now these are not a lot, so I'm probably gonna have to go through a bunch of these, but let me just tell you a little bit about this foundation. So it's supposed to have a buildable coverage, it's supposed to have a demi-matte finish, long lasting, enriched with mushroom extract to firm the appearance of skin and instantly tighten the appearance of pores, contains genius hyaluronic filling spheres that absorb into the skin to moisture, supercharged vitamin C that helps to fight the damaging and aging effects of free radicals. Honestly, it sounds like this is an amazing foundation. And of course, I have been really enjoying Charlotte Tilbury products. We are even going to be using one of her lipsticks tonight. This is the Wedding Bells, which was a limited edition release that I did review on my channel. So if you didn't get to see it, I will post a review here. Spoiler alert, I love it. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alrighty guys, we're gonna start with the Tarte Baba Balm. I actually really like this moisturizer, and I just want to use it up because this is a sample size. It's just kind of like a light milky cream texture, and I just kind of like how it feels on my skin. It just feels like it's giving my skin a little bit of an extra moisture than it typically has, but it's not greasy. But I do feel like it's a little bit more moisture than I'm typically used to putting into my skin, which has been nice. I don't know if it's just been this summer or if my skin is changing, but I do feel like my skin needs more, a little bit thicker moisture in it before I do my makeup these days. Next up, we're going to take my MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. This is just a really great eye primer. Again, I really like to put this on anytime that I do makeup just because it really helps cover discoloration on the eyelid, and it definitely helps the shadows stay a lot longer, and it has been a go-to. I was watching some of my older videos just to see like how long I've been using this. I've been using this since like 2012, 2013, so it's one of those products that I've never found a replacement for. Like, I truly love it that much. Next up, guys, for primer, I am taking the Benefit Professional in the hydrating version. I love the original primer, as you guys know, but I have been testing out this blue primer. And I will say, like, now that I've tested it quite a few times, it is a little bit more hydrating than the other original primer. However, I do like both of them. I just think that this is a great pore filling primer. I think primer, people either don't use it and they don't realize that there are a lot of benefits to using primer. It really does make your foundation go on tons smoother, but I think you also have to find the right primer for you based on your skin type, based on your skin texture. This type of primer, the pore filling ones, just tend to do wonders for my skin. Next up, guys, I'm taking the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I am just going to put this under my eyes and kind of on my chin. I am in the shade Fair Warm, which I really, really like this. It reminds me almost of like a dupe for the Shape Tape concealer, which I recently just ran out of. Although I have a new one, I just want to kind of start working on this one a little bit more. And I'm going to buff that in with my 138 from BH Cosmetics. This is just a great kind of like concealer buffer brush. It's angled. It's like my go-to just to buff in concealer on my skin. I just covered up a few of my blemishes too, and then again, mostly getting those under eye circles. And it really does, like, a little bit goes a long way. It's so similar to Shape Tape. I'm so glad that somebody finally made a dupe for Shape Tape, because Shape Tape is not cheap. But I will say, like, it's one of my favorite concealers of all time. But this is a really good alternative if you are on a budget and you need to, you know, stay with something that's a little bit more price conscious. And again, it's very, very comparable. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to go in with the foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. Again, this is the Magic Foundation. I think I am in between like a 0 and a 3 on this little packet. Now again, I love getting sample sizes, but let's call it out when I need to call it out. This is not enough to sample. Like, you need a little bit more. So we're probably gonna have to use the majority of this to figure this out. So let's go ahead and start with 0. And again, I'm just gonna show you what I'm talking about. This is all that you're getting. This is not enough to do foundation at all. So we are gonna scrape as much as we can and start putting this on. Now 0 is definitely too light for me, but again, we have to make this work the best we can. I'm just gonna put a bunch of them on and buff it out. So now we're gonna go into 1. It's gonna be a lot of fun mixing these shades together. 1 is a little bit more yellow for me, as you can see, like it looks a little bit darker, but I have a pink undertone, so I prefer stuff that has like a pink consistency. I will say, like, the formula is really, really creamy. Like, it feels good going on the skin, like slightly thick, but mostly creamy, like a creamy consistency. So again, I'm just gonna dot this all around, and then I'm gonna buff it in. Alrighty guys, so I've got like 3 different shades on right now. I'm gonna buff that out with my F80 from Sigma, and we will see what it looks like. Who knows what kind of shade we're gonna make. I used 1 through 3, but it is like a creamy but thick consistency. Again, I wish you got better samples, but we're gonna make it work. Alrighty guys, so I have it all on my skin. The shades didn't mix together badly. I mean, it looks okay. I apologize. It's the 4th of July. You're probably going to hear 1,000,001 fireworks go off. I'm trying to film this so it doesn't, but you're probably going to hear one here and there. So far, like, texture, it actually looks really nice. I agree. It's kind of like a demi matte. We're going to kind of continue on, and let's go ahead and do powder on top of it to go ahead and set. So guys, for powder, we are going to take my Laura Mercier. I love this powder. Again, I just put it into a cap, and then I take my little powder brush, dip in to get some, and then I'm just going to kind of go over the foundation here. And again, like, the color match, like, wasn't bad when I mixed them all together, but it was kind of like a medium, almost full coverage. I think if I had more foundation, I could have done more full coverage, but it really kind of was like a medium on the heavier side. But again, it seemed like a nice foundation. I just wish I had more to test out properly. Alrighty guys, so for blush, we are going to take this Flower Child and pop that on my cheeks. Just gives a nice little rosy glow, really easy. This is my favorite little split from Becca. And we are also going to use the highlighter. Now this is the Champagne Pop highlighter, and we're just gonna pop that right on the cheeks. I'm using just a little Wet n Wild brush that is so precise. I love it. It's just small enough to hit right on the tops of the cheeks there. Alrighty guys, for bronzer, we're using the Physicians Formula bronzer. This is in the little mini. I just love this. It looks so good on the skin. It just gives you a nice, like, very natural, you know, you can bring it to a little bit of a deeper tone, but like it starts out kind of light so that you don't overdo it. But I feel like it gives a really nice glow to the skin. And I'm just going to put that down my neck. Again, I'm sorry about the fireworks, if you can hear them. Next up, guys, we are going to take the Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit, and I am just going to run that through my brows really quick. This is just a good fill-in pencil, again, just to make your brows look a little bit fuller and give a little bit of color to them as well. And I love the tip on this. It's just got a nice diamond tip, so that it makes like application super quick. Next up, we're going in with the GimMe Brow from Benefit. Again, I feel like this is just a nice 2-step process for my brows that makes it super easy. I don't really have to do too much. I comb it through and it just slicks them down. It also gives a little bit of fiber to them to fill them in, as well as tinting them. So this is like a 3-in-1 product, and I love it. I think Benefit does such an amazing job with their brow products. Alrighty guys, we're going to go ahead and get into the eyeshadow. So we're going to take this shade here. This is the lightest brown. It's called Necessary, and it's going to be just the start of our transition shade right into the crease there. It looks like a nice light brown matte, just to give us, again, a start for our crease. And I am excited about this palette because I recently got the Baked Browns palette, and I loved the shadows. It is so pretty. The consistency of them are just so nice, and so I'm so excited for this palette because this one has a little bit more color. It has a little bit more like shimmer glitter ones, so I'm excited to see if those are as nice as their mattes, but very, very impressed with Dose of Colors eyeshadow so far. I have been a big fan of their lipsticks, but I did not know that their eyeshadow was really, really good too. Next, guys, we're going in with Churro, which is another kind of deeper matte. Again, just building up the outside of the crease here just to get a little bit more color and depth, because I am going to put a really kind of shimmery glitter pop of color on the lid. So I just want to get some depth into the corner and build up the crease and the outer V. Next up, we're going in with this kind of rosy brown called Girl Bye. And again, it's just a nice kind of like rosy brown matte. And I just want to do a little bit of color in the crease here just to warm this up and give it a little bit of a different tone. Since I've got a brown crease, it's going to make it a little bit more pinky brown. Ooh, I think that looks really, really good. You guys, the pigment does not disappoint on these shadows. Now to build up this outer V, we're going to use this dark brown called Cheens. I'm not really sure what that means, but it is a nice matte dark brown, and I'm just going to focus this right in the corner to make this a little bit darker. Because again, I like my eyeshadow to kind of go from dark to light, and I like to build up the outer V to be pretty dark. And as we start to build up, I am just going to go back in and blend a little bit into the crease to smooth it out just a little bit more. Alrighty guys, next, I'm so excited about this shade. This is called Dirty Money, and it's a really pretty green shadow. So I am actually just going to try to do this with a flat brush first to see if we get any pigment on the brush or if we need to go in with a finger, which normally that's the best way to apply kind of glittery shadow. But ooh, that is such a cool shade. It really is kind of like a dirty green with some gold shimmer as we like pack that on. Super cool. And again, I'm just gonna pack it on, and then I am probably going to, I really don't need to dip my finger in. It actually is extremely pigmented. It just took me a little bit to pack it on my brush. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side now. Alrighty guys, just for fun, I am gonna pop my finger in there and just tap it on just to see if it does intensify. And it does, like it gave it a little bit more of a gold pop, which is always nice. Like if you aren't getting the pigment you want out of your shadows, just stick your finger in there and pop it right on your eye, and it should intensify it pretty quickly. Alrighty guys, to top off the look, we're gonna use this shade called Basic. It's kind of like an off-white, and I'm just gonna pop this in my brow bone because I really like how it looks just to finish off a look. Alrighty guys, it is time for eyeliner. We're going to use the felt tip liner from Tarte. This is the Sex Kitten eyeliner, and I just love how intense this is. It's very dark. It always draws a very good stark black line, and it wears really well throughout the day. Like once it's on and it dries, it is not going to go anywhere. For mascara, we're taking the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is one of my favorites, and you guys, I am loving this look. It's definitely something different for me, and that shade is just such a cool color of green and gold. I love that. But this mascara is going to give us a little bit of length, a little bit of volume, just kind of tie this look together. And guys, we're going to use the Mega Length from Wet n Wild to do my bottom lashes. Just helps me lengthen them. And it's the perfect mascara wand because it's so tiny to go in there and just pull them down. Give them a little bit of length, give them a little bit of color. Alright guys, we're going to finish this off with lips. We are going to be doing the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Wedding Bells. This is just such a cute little lipstick. It has little kisses on it, little lip kisses. It's so adorable. It's such a creamy matte, very neutral. And it is slightly darker than Pillow Talk, but not a lot. It's very, very close. So not only is this the pretty color, I never noticed it has like a vanilla smell. It's like really nice, like a creamy, really sweet smell. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. I love how that eyeshadow turned out. It just looks so cool with that green. Let me zoom you guys out just a little bit so we can chat about some of the products. So let's see. So let's start off with the eyeshadow palette. Really, really liked this. This was very much talked about for a long time. It was very hyped up. I recently purchased it, and I have to say, like, Very pleased with not only the mattes, but also like the shimmer glitters. Like they are very intense, and this is a really cool color. I feel like it's not something you're gonna see in every palette. Also, I would love to try the blues out. This one has kind of more like a rosy one, which is like a little bit more wearable kind of shimmer glitter, but this is just a fun palette. And again, it's got a lot of those neutral colors where you can really make a lot of fun looks with a pop of color in it. So I recommend the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. Really, really fun. I have been loving my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. So expensive, but really, really nice. Love the smell, creamy consistency, very long wearing. Now let's chat about the foundation. So as you guys can see, it's not bad, but the Magic foundation, I really didn't get enough product to truly give it, I think, a perfect wear test. Now, looking at my skin, I still see my pores kind of sticking out a little bit. I don't know if this is going to be the foundation for me. I mean, it gave me a nice, I would say medium leaning towards full coverage. Maybe if I'd had more product, I would have been able to get full coverage. It is like a demi-matte kind of finish, so leans more matte. I can't say that like I'm excited to go out and like, you know, get it. I'm not probably going to do that. I don't think it's going to be the one I switch to, but maybe, I don't know. Like, we'll have to see if I get another bigger sample size, but jury's kind of out on that foundation. Have you guys tried it? Do you like it? Again, I'm like on the fence. It's like okay, but I don't feel like I'm blown away, but it's not bad, if that makes any sense. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready with me. As always, if you want to see more videos, click the subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.